Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about something that might stir up a little debate, and that is the question of whether to get Botox before your photo session. It's one of those things that many people are doing these days, and it's easy to see why. The pressure to look youthful, especially in front of a camera, is intense. But I'm here to offer a different perspective. I say no, you shouldn't get Botox before your photo session. And I have some pretty strong reasons why. Stick with me because this might change the way you think about it. Let me just start by saying that as an aging woman, I'm 52 years old, I have had Botox once before. And it didn't exactly go as planned. I had asked for just a light dose. I didn't want to lose the ability to express myself because as a photographer, I have to show expressions to get expressions. So that was my big concern going in. And of course, I lost the ability to show expressions. But beyond that, while she was administering the Botox to me, she hit a hard muscle and jammed the needle to a spot that she didn't intend. And so that caused a heaviness in my eye. It was like right there. I can still feel where she jammed that muscle. So I didn't really like that. That experience left me hesitant to ever do it again. And beyond the personal experience, as a photographer, I've noticed something deeper happening with Botox. And it's not just about aesthetics. As a photographer, one of the key elements to make your photos come to life is the ability to make facial expressions. And when Botox limits your facial movements, it can rob you of the natural expressions that give your photos personality and depth. In fact, I've worked with clients who just couldn't make facial expressions. And I noticed this from the beginning of Botox trend to now, where I couldn't understand why they weren't making the expressions I was asking of them. And I was convinced they just didn't want to make the expressions until I realized it was Botox. They either couldn't make the expressions or they thought they were making the expressions, but it wasn't translating. So they didn't speak up. And I had to figure that out on my own. Your expressions help to tell a story. Without them, your photos lose a certain magic. They lose a spark to life. They tend to fall flat. They can be a little boring. And this isn't just my opinion. Research shows that facial expressions are essential for recognizing and feeling emotions. One study I came across really stuck with me. It was about moms and their babies. And they found that when mothers had still faces, meaning they didn't show many facial expressions, their babies had a difficult time connecting with them, with their own mothers. The babies became frustrated, they cried, and even withdrew because they couldn't see the emotional cues from their mothers. Botox creates that still face effect by paralyzing the muscles. So, when I went in to get Botox and I said, I still want to make expressions, well, that's kind of impossible because they're paralyzing the muscles. And when we can't move our faces freely, we're not just affecting our photos, we're changing how we connect with others. Whether it's your partner, your friends, your family, or even your clients, expressions matter more than we might realize. Here's what really worries me as a photographer, but also as a human being. Are we moving toward a society where we lose the ability to express ourselves? Think about it. Facial mimicry or mirroring another person's expressions is one of the oldest ways that we communicate with one another. When we block that, we're cutting off another crucial part of how we understand each other emotionally. David Havaz, a psychology professor, put it perfectly. Facial feedback is informationally rich. Our facial expressions help us to read and respond to emotions in ourselves and to others. So when Botox limits our ability to show expressions, we're not just losing wrinkles, we're losing connections. Frans de Waal, a primatologist, has said that primates might be better at reading facial expressions than we are these days because we are waiting on words instead of relying on our natural expressions. That hit home for me as a photographer because I capture emotions, not just faces. And when I block that channel, I lose so much depth. As a photographer, I want your images to convey a little bit of emotion. I want that spark to be there. And let's face it, emotion doesn't always come so easy in words. Sometimes it's the subtle lift of an eyebrow, the way your eyes crinkle with a real, genuine smile, or even the way your mouth curves in a moment of deep thought. These are the things that create striking, unforgettable portraits. And when those natural movements are gone, the photo loses a piece of its soul. Look, I get it. Aging isn't easy. I feel the pressure myself, sometimes on a daily basis, especially in a world where it feels like no one is aging alongside me. But here's the thing. There's beauty in expressions, in life's lines, in the emotions we show on our faces. It's part of what makes us human. And as someone who's dedicated to capturing the authenticity of the people that I photograph, I have to say, Botox just isn't worth it. Now, if you're someone who loves Botox and wants to continue getting it, I am not here to tell you to stop. But if you're planning a photo session, I would recommend scheduling it at the tail end of your Botox cycle. Ideally, aim for the time just before you would get your next Botox treatment, as the effects are starting to wear off. That way we can still capture those genuine, expressive moments that help your photos to shine. So, should you get Botox before your photo session? My answer is no. Embrace your expressions, your emotions, your humanity. Those are the things that bring your photos to life. Those are the things that connect you to others. And in a world where connections feel more important than ever, maybe we shouldn't be so quick to give that up. If you found this perspective helpful or even thought-provoking, let me know in the comments below. And if you are considering doing a photo session with me and would like more information on how to show up in the most authentic way possible, reach out and let's plan something beautiful together. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.